I don't even know if this exists anymore.
Oh shit! I forgot the iPad. Quick, improvise. Vamp.
Blah. Go over there, phone. Get out of my way.
Get out of my way, phone. Be gone with you. Do you want to do the first 30 seconds and then, or should I do the first and then you wrap it up nicely?
I don't think it matters to me. Whichever one you like.
All right. Maybe I'll go first because if I fuck it up in 30 seconds, you'll have 30 seconds to correct me.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, did we kill some guards or something? Okay, we got this.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's going to be great. This is going to be great. Well, hey everybody, and speaking of short, I'm Ben with PeakD&D, and I am joined as always, well not as always, but in this episode, I'm joined by our DM, our storyteller extraordinaire, Mr. Nick Hale. Thanks for joining us, Nick.
Hey everybody.
Hey, this is Talking FEY, or FEY Watch, where we take a little time to recap what happened on the most recent episodes of our playthrough of Into the FEY. Into the FEY, if you don't know, is an awesome module by our good friend Luke Hart at the DM Lair. He wrote this module. It's for levels 1 to 5. You and your friends can play it, and it is a fantastic little module that we have been having a blast playing. We are fast approaching the end of it. So if you want to pre-order your copy of the Kickstarter of the module, check out the links below to Luke's page, and you should definitely give it a try. But we're going to give it a try here for Into the FEY, where we do a 30 seconds each recap of what happened. This is episodes 29 and 30, and I think I remember what happened. So I'm going to
say which episodes it was as much for ourselves as it is for you.
It's all for us. I mean, entirely. So 1 minute on the clock, episodes 29 and 30. Do I have advantage on this? I think I do. I hope
Let's
so.
See.
It's going. So we woke up in a jail cell, having been blindsided by Timmy Maples and some gas bubble thing from the episodes before. Everyone was gone. Diabolical, by the way, Nick. So Illinsworth and Gord woke up in a jail cell, and they had to try to get out. Jaastien was nowhere to be found, which allowed me to play as my familiar, which was hilariously fun. And I was Gorman, the dragon. Oh shit, that's all my time. Okay, go for it.
Well, anyway, a big black ooze showed up and tried to eat them. They got away. Gorman caught the scent of Jaastien and chased him down through the dungeon. They Metal Gear Solided around for a while.
It was dope.
Managed to find the ritual where Jaastien was in the process of being sacrificed to the queen below, and managed to, with clever use of illusions and beating the crap out of things with hammers, managed to kill them.
Yay!
Oh, wow, that worked.
That was perfect timing. Death. There we go. Yeah, that was insane. A, how we did that, and B, how we did that. So, yeah, it was pretty, it was a lot happening in those episodes. So we were sort of getting ready to go further into this dungeon. We had sort of dispatched with the betrayer, Timmy Maples, and the other folks in there. I think I summoned a panther at one point.
Yeah, you did. I remember you.
Gorman did. Gorman threw a Pokeball out of a rust bag of tricks.
Yeah, Gorman was doing his best Jaastien impression.
Yeah.
Delegating the heavy lifting to summon creatures.
He was
just rifling through the pile of gear, finding the stuff that would work, and then passing it off to people.
Gorman MVP. I mean, it's not easy to run a jailbreak scenario. What were you expecting out of that scenario, and what was different about this jailbreak scenario for you and for us?
So I had the idea just before we started playing that session. I was like, all right, what if Gorman shows up to help? Ooh, that would give Ben something to do while Jaastien's busy being murdered.
His intestines are out of him on the table next,
this is one of those circumstances where I try not to plan too much because it'll get in the way of it. If I put like one loose brick on the wall somewhere, you'll never find that loose brick. You'll think of something else completely.
Right.
But I just sort of trusted that you guys, between a competent rogue and a big beefy dwarf and a clever little dragon, you could search deep within yourselves and find within yourselves the power to open a door.
Just barely. It was a combination of a lot of bad rolls and Gorman not really being able to do much. And then I had the thought later on, I was like, I should have switched his form, or I could have, because you sort of let Jaastien have a
nightmarish fever dream about what's happening.
And while familiars,
in the next room.
and familiars can like deliver touch spells, they can communicate telepathically.
Familiars can do a lot.
Pseudo dragons can. If you're Pact of the Chainmaster, which I highly recommend if you want to be like, have a little companion dude. And then I was like, okay, the other thing he could have done was maybe bamfed. And I thought about this right at the beginning, was like get inside the cell, because if Jaastien could have like dismissed him, or he's also done it on his own a couple times. When he's under like your control, so I just didn't think of that.
Yeah, once or twice. Gorman can turn into mist and recorporate later if he wants to.
So I was like, that could have gotten him inside the cell, but I wouldn't have been much help inside either.
No, exactly. You weren't going to break down a door, so it was really fun because each member of the party was good at one thing, and you just kind of had to figure out how to make that work. You've got a black pudding creeping under the door, getting ready to eat you. You've got a dragon, an unarmed paladin, and a rogue who can use some minor telekinetic abilities.
Yeah.
So using that, get yourself out of this situation.
It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought we'd be like, oh, pick that lock, we're done. Animated armor was in the other room.
Yep, there was a bunch of animated armors who disagreed with you being in that room. They really disagreed with you reading the writing that was in that room.
Yeah, they did not enjoy that part. They were like, hey, stop reading, you. And then Max coming in clutch with the illusion.
That's a good idea.
Of running into the room with an illusion of the ooze that we saw in the other room. And they sort of recognized it. Like they were like, who forgot to feed the thing? Ah!
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys, this is one of those things where you stumbled onto a plan that worked better than you had reason to expect that it would.
Yeah.
Because they did know there was a black pudding. They did know that it gets ornery when it hasn't been fed. And it's totally plausible that it would burst in not caring about whatever they're doing.
Right.
It's just a mindless, hungry
he doesn't care about
pile of snot. And the thing is, they were in the middle of this really complicated ritual that they could afford to mess up a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need everyone to blow the saving throw. You just need enough people to blow the saving throw.
Now this ritual that we stopped and Jaastien was not fully sacrificed or drained or whatever happened to him. What are the implications of that? We don't know.
Well, it's in the module
Sort of
that they
a
are
modified module.
Performing a sacrifice. It's not necessarily prescribed that it be a party member, but I thought it'd be more fun if it was.
I thought it was
so we got to figure this out before Jaastien dies.
Yeah.
It ended up going pretty well. So you guys basically kicked in the door, threw a slime at them. They all screamed and, including one Sergeant Maples, it turns out.
What a turn was that. We're still reeling from it. And I think we were all waking up I think that was the first thing that Max said when he woke up in the jail cell was Timmy Maples.
He had his face eaten by a panther. Yeah. That's don't betray your friends, kids.
And now we have to figure out who else is in this cave, because it goes into natural caverns.
Yeah, it goes into this natural cave. They were performing this ritual in the part of the sewers under Aeredale,
right?
But it looked like a natural cavern had kind of broken into it or had been excavated. You're not sure yet, and it seemed like they were doing some sort of ritual and drawing upon power from something beneath where you currently are.
Probably nothing to worry about.
It's fine. Totally fine.
Everything's fine.
You should run in there. You don't need to rest.
We definitely won't rest. We'll have to see what we do, if we end up taking a long rest or if we have time to take a long rest or just a short rest.
Oh, you don't have time for a long rest.
Probably
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, I was thinking...
We'll just have to see what happens.
Yes.
We've got...
yes, indeed. This guy, I was always thinking...
Always look like you're thinking.
Yes. Well, I think that's gonna do it for the week's episode of Talking Feywatch with me and Nerd.
I've done it once. I'm not doing
it again.
Okay.
It's in its contract. One per episode. So. Well, hey, make sure you subscribe on the YouTubes. Do all that YouTube stuff. It makes us look good, and it keeps the daddy YouTube happy with you boys.
We really appreciate it.
We do. Yeah, thanks to Luke for providing this awesome module that we've been having a blast with. I think we're getting close to the end. I mean, there's probably only a few more sessions.
We're approaching the end game here.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get away with it.
Yes, hopefully. Well, we'll see you next time on another episode of Talking FEY.
Buy the book.